Hello and welcome to CEC Gurukul Lectures. I am Mehak Chawla, an arts educator, Bharatanatyam practitioner and disciple of Guru Srimati Geeta Chandranji. In our lecture, we are going to continue with the purpose of arts. We are going to continue with the functional aspect. So moving on in the functional aspect, we will discuss about the social function of art. A community's social fabric is reflected and shaped in large part by art. It reflects how culture has evolved socially, culturally, religiously, and politically over time. Art preserves people's life, beliefs, hardships, and joys for future generation. This is seen in everything from prehistoric cave drawings to modern performance works. Art is also a powerful tool for social cohesion. It brings people together in shared spaces and shared moments, be it a music concert, dance performance, theatre play, or public art festival. These collective experiences foster a sense of community belonging and emotional connection. For instance, a music concert or folk performance in a village or urban park draws individuals from different backgrounds who come together to enjoy and respond to a common artistic experience. In doing so, art becomes a means of social interaction and bonding. The expressive depth and richness of symbolism found in performing arts, in particular, allow artists to depict human experiences, cultural ideals, and societal realities. For forms such as dance and theatre become effective means of conveying messages about societal roles, rituals, belief and ideologies through gestures, body movement, abhinaya, mudras, rhythm, narrative. Traditional performances, forms such as Bharatanatyam, Kathakali, Kathak, Yakshagana, Telugut go beyond mere entertainment. They dramatize narrative from mythology, folklore, and epics, carrying moral, ethical, and philosophical insights that are still relevant to contemporary life. Engaging with such art forms allows the practitioner to enter a deep reflective space, initiating a dialogue between the self and the art. This immersive engagement with movement, rhythm, and meaning stimulates the cognitive and emotional faculties of the performer. Over time, it helps the individual to develop internal awareness, emotional discipline, and mental clarity. The repetition and structure of practice create a coherent internal rhythm, leading to a harmonious alignment of mind, body, and breath. Unknowingly, the artist begins to function within a systematic, intuitive pattern that channels energy inward, promoting focus, self regulation, and holistic well being. Thus, performing arts serve not only as a reflection of society but also as a tool for personal transformation, supporting inner coherence and emotional balance through artistic discipline and symbolic communication. Art also becomes a medium for raising awareness and challenging social norms. Contemporary theatre, protest performances, and street art often reflect current socio-political concerns such as environmental degradation, inequality, or migration, urging audience to reflect, question, and respond. In literature, poetry, fiction, and drama offer critical insight into societal structures, human relationships, and emotional landscapes, serving both as a record and critic of the times. Moreover, art plays a key role in rituals and celebrations, marking important events such as birth, marriages, harvest, and festivals. It serves as a medium for oral tradition, rituals, and the collective identity, strengthening intergenerational learning and shared values. Through all of this, art not only communicates emotions, moods, and values, but also encourages empathy, dialogue, and understanding among individuals and communities. Whether through a joyful musical performance, or a stirring theatrical piece, or a symbolic sculpture, art functions as a social bridge connecting people across time, space, and cultures. In essence of social function of art lies in its ability to express collective experiences, build relationships, and reflect the evolving dynamics of society, making it an essential part of human life and interaction. Now we move to relaxation and entertainment aspect of art. The capacity of art to provide enjoyment, relaxation, and emotional release is among its most widely acknowledged uses. Engaging with the arts, whether as performers or spectators, provide a much needed respite from monotony, tension, and mental fatigue in our hectic and demanding life. People can temporarily disconnect themselves from their everyday concerns by immersing themselves in the immersive events such as a dance performance, music concert, or theatrical production. The performing arts foster an environment of emotional renewal and elevation, whether it is via the elegance of classical dance recital, the humor in the comedy play, or the melody of a calming musical performance. The audience is frequently left feeling inspired, at ease, and refreshed by the visual experience, which also stimulates the senses and the imagination. Art as entertainment also fosters social connection. Attending a movie, enjoying a live performance, or participating in a festival provides more than just a amusement. It creates moments of shared experience, joy, and emotional bonding. These gatherings brings people together, whether among friends, families, or strangers, strengthening a sense of community and togetherness. Folk performances, puppet shows, open air theatre, film screenings, concerts, and dance festivals continue to serve as a vital cultural events that draws large audience and diverse people. These occasions not only entertain but also often also offer a platform for cultural exchange and collective relaxation, enriching the social fabric of both rural and urban communities. Entertainment through the art is not just for fun, it also helps us think, imagine, and feel. It can relax the mind and touch the heart at the same time. A child watching a puppet show, an elderly person immersed in devotional melodies, or a working adult enjoying a weekend play. Each finds comfort, inspiration, and meaning through these experiences. In this way, the art significantly enhance our emotional well-being and overall quality of life. In essence, art as a source of relaxation and entertainment plays a crucial role in maintaining mental balance, emotional release, and social connection, enriching everyday life across all sections of society. Now we will discuss about the non-functional nature of art. While art often plays important functional roles, which we have just discussed, such as conveying messages, documenting events, or providing livelihood, it is not always created with a practical or utilitarian purpose. Art is not always driven by a need to serve a practical function. Many times, it emerges from a natural impulse to express thought, emotion, or imagination without aiming for any specific result. In such cases, art is created simply for the pleasure of creation, offering a sense of beauty, inspiration, and emotional connection for both the artist and the viewer. This type of art is appreciated for its inner value, its power to move emotions, spark imagination, and awaken a sense of awe. A painting that touches the heart, a melody that stirs the deep emotion, or a dance that silently conveys an inner feeling may not fulfill a direct practical need, yet they deeply enrich our lives. Such experiences uplift the spirit, encouraging people to slow down, reflect, and feel connected to something greater than their everyday surroundings. In this way, art becomes a value adding force. It enhances our emotional and intellectual landscapes, encourages us to think differently, and often reveal perspectives we may have overlooked. It reminds us of the beauty in the ordinary, the complexity of emotions, and the universality of human experience. Rather than being a means to an end, this form of art becomes an end in itself, something that exists simply to be experienced, appreciated, and felt. Thus, even when not serving a defined external function, art holds deep importance. It helps nurture emotional sensitivity, sharpens awareness, allows us to see beauty in the world around us, and a deeper appreciation of life, making it an essential part of human experience. So in this we'll discuss about the philosophical and spiritual dimensions of art. When art is created or experienced with a philosophical outlook, it transcends its physical form and becomes a pathway for introspection, enlightenment, and self realization. It no longer exists merely for external appreciation but serves as a mirror to the inner world of the artist and the observer. Such art allows one to reflect on the deeper questions of life identity, purpose, impermanence, and the nature of existence. In many spiritual and cultural traditions, especially in India, art is more than an aesthetic pursuit. It is a form of sadhana, a disciplined spiritual practice that requires devotion, patience, and surrender. The process of practicing an art form, be it classical dance, music, sculpture, or painting, is not simply about mastering technique. It is about purifying the mind, aligning the body, and focusing the spirit. It involves a deep commitment to inner growth, through the outer medium of creativity. For example, in Bharatanatyam, every movement, mudras, abhinaya is rooted in symbolism and carries layers of spiritual meaning. The dancer doesn't just perform, she embodies the divine, becoming a vessel for stories from the epics and sacred text. The stage becomes a space for spiritual communion, both for the artist and the audience. So, to show you this thing, we'll look into a short clip and then I'll explain. So, let's have a look on the clip. So, in this clip, you have seen an artist performing Bharatanatyam dance, in which she embodies it, whatever she is showing through her abhinaya. So, in this, the Naika, which you have just seen, is visualizing Lord Krishna in front of her, and with the devotion, she is praying to Lord Krishna that she has forgotten to drink or to eat something, and she is so much lost in the devotion of you. Please come and bless me. So, like this, the performing arts embodies it. So, by learning in the process, you have to embody, you have to become that Naika, you have to feel from within, and then only you will be able to reflect it out. Moving on to the Hindustani and Carnatic music. Similarly, same is the case with the music as well. So, right now you have just seen the performing art video, which is dance. Now, in the music, we see the notes are not seen merely as melodies, but as vibrations that connect the soul to cosmic energy. The raga becomes a meditative journey, with each performance offering a new experience of emotional and spiritual depth. The visual arts also reflect this spiritual essence Ancient Indian paintings, sculptures, and temple architecture are often created following sacred geometry, symbolic iconography, and ritual precision. The art of creating a mandala, carving a deity's image, or painting a miniature scene from mythology is done with a reverence, aiming to evoke the divine rather than simply to please the eye. In Indian temple rituals, the rhythmic chanting of Sanskrit mantras and the intricate execution of ritualistic dance are meant to invoke divine presence and deepen spiritual connection. Similarly, in the architecture of South India, temples, towering gopurams, sculpted deities, and sanctum sanctorum are not just structural elements, they are designed according to sacred geometry. In our India, we call it Vastu Shastra to channel spiritual energy and lead the devotee on a symbolic journey from the outer world to inner enlightenment. This deeply philosophical and spiritual approach to art transforms it into a meditative and transformative experience. It allows the practitioner to move beyond the self, to lose the sense of ego, and connect with something larger, be it divine consciousness, universal energy, or inner peace. In such expression, art is no longer just a medium of skill. It becomes a form of worship, reflection, and transcendence. Whether performed in temples, on stage, or in solitude, it has the power to uplift the spirit and lead one on a journey inward. Now we will discuss about the educational and personal development. In the sphere of education, art plays a transformative role that goes beyond academic achievement. While it may not always serve a direct functional purpose in the traditional sense, its impact on the growth of imagination, emotional balance, and cognitive flexibility is profound. Artistic engagement helps students think critically, express freely, and feel deeply, skills that are increasingly vital in a rapid changing world. From an early age, children who participate in activities like drawing, music, storytelling, dramas, dance, or craft work begin to develop core human qualities: creativity, empathy, resilience, and confidence. These experiences nurture not only their artistic skills but also their overall personality, encouraging them to become more aware, emotionally intelligent, and socially connected individuals. The vision aligns closely with a national education policy which recognizes the importance of holistic, multidisciplinary, and value based education. National education policy places significant emphasis on the integration of arts into mainstream education. Understanding the arts as not as extracurricular but as co-curricular, essential for the development of 21st century skills like innovation, problem solving, collaboration, and adaptability. Under this policy, the government has put various points. So we are going to discuss few. So art integrated learning is encouraged across subjects, making education more experiential and joyful. Schools are being motivated to adopt a multidisciplinary approach combining arts with science and humanities to break down rigid boundaries. Students are given the freedom to explore their talents and choose from a broader range of subjects, including visual and performing arts. The policy emphasizes the need of inclusive education, where every child, regardless of background, has access to platforms of self expression and creative growth. Art also helps individual cultivate a refined outlook toward life. Through exposure to diverse art forms, from regional folk tradition to global artistic expressions, students learn to embrace cultural diversity, appreciate aesthetic beauty, and develop sensitivity to different perspectives and human experiences. This builds social awareness, tolerance, and a sense of interconnectedness, which are essential for creating empathetic and responsible citizens. In this process, learners begin to develop finer attitude toward nature, relationship, and society. Art invite them to see the world not only as it is, but it could be encouraging a more conscious, mindful, and harmonious way of living. Whether it through a painting that reflects environmental concern, a dance portraying emotion, or theatre piece about social justice, it becomes a channel for value-based education and inner transformation. So, this fosters creativity, emotional maturity, and cultural sensitivity. That's how art shapes the individuals. With this, I conclude this. Thank you.